Good morning students. Today we will perform one new practical of physical pharmacy subject, that is determination of partition coefficient of iodine in CCl4 and water. So to perform this practical we need some chemical, that requirement CCl4, iodine, distilled water, 0.01 normal sodium thiosulfate solution and starch indicator. We know that partition coefficient is one very important physicochemical parameter. We know that definitions, it is defined as the percentage of solute that are distributed in organic layer as well as aqueous layer. So it's a unitless number. We can see the formula for calculations of partition coefficient, that is Ki, I for iodine, C organic upon C aqueous. This is the simple formula for calculations of partition coefficient of iodine in CCl4 and water. So to perform this practical, first we have to prepare one stock solution of iodine. So to prepare this stock solution, we need iodine and CCl4. After preparations of that saturated solution of stock solution, you have to prepare total 3 sets. Set 1, set 2 and set 3. In all the set, you have to take 100 ml distilled water. But the difference is, in set 1, you have to add 25 ml of stock solution of iodine in CCl4. In cases of set 2, you have to take 50 ml stock solution of iodine in CCl4. And in set 3, you have to take 5 ml stock solution of iodine in CCl4. The volume of water is same in all these 3 cases, but the difference is the volume of stock solution of iodine in CCl4. So now we will discuss how to perform this practical for determination of partition coefficient of CCl4 in partition coefficient of iodine in CCl4 and water. So just already I told, total you have to prepare total 3 set. Just for example, this is set 1. So this is the separating funnel. We have taken 100 ml of distilled water and 25 ml of saturated solutions of iodine in CCl4. Just see that. So already you can see the iodine that are dissolved in both organic layer as well as aqueous layer. So after adding, you have to shake it, the separating funnel, like this way. During this mixing, one thing you have to remember, that we know that CCl4, that is the organic layer. So when you will shake it, the evaporation will happen. So because of that, the internal pressure that may increase. So when you will shake it, after some time just you have to open this cap to remove that pressure. Otherwise some accident that may happen. So after half an hour, just you have to fix it for half an hour for separations of both the layer. After half an hour, just you have to separate both the layer. So half an hour is over. Now we will drain out, or we will separate both the layer. See that, you can see this is aqueous layer and this is organic layer, and the iodine that is separated in both the layer. So now we will drain out and separate both the layer one by one in 2 separate beaker, one for organic, another one for aqueous. Here also one thing you have to remember, that when you will separate both the layer, you have to just open up this cap. Otherwise what will happen, this organic layer, it will not come out. So after opening that cap, just open this cap very slowly. So organic layer that will be separated completely. See that, completely separated out. This is organic layer. Okay. So completely organic layer is separated in one beaker. Now we have to separate or drain out the aqueous layer in another one beaker. This is aqueous layer. So just open. Okay. So now separation is over. Now we have to go for titration purpose. For titration, we need sodium thiosulfate solution and starch indicator. See that this is one burette. In burette we have taken sodium thiosulfate solution. The strength is 0.01 normal. And also we need starch indicator. So you have to take 10 ml aqueous layer in one conical flask. Remember 10 ml. 10 ml aqueous layer in conical flask. Then after that you have to add starch indicator here. After adding starch indicator, you have to go for titration. In the same way, you have to take 10 ml organic layer. Again, you have to add starch indicator and you have to go for titration against 0.01 normal sodium thiosulfate solution. Stop. So, we have completed the titration part. Now we got the burette reading. Now we will go for calculation, that how to calculate partition coefficient value. Now for example here, for organic layer, amount of CCl4 consumed, that is V1, 3.67. From where we will get this value? This is the burette reading. So amount of CCl4 consumed, that is V1, for example, that is 3.67. That we have performed, we got this reading. So amount of organic layer prepared out, that already I told, that is 10 ml. Concentration of sodium thiosulfate, that is N1, that is the strength 0.01 normal. So we have to calculate N2. We know that formula N1V1 is equal to N2V2. So by using this simple formula, we have calculated N2, N1V1 upon V2. So just put all that value, 3.6 burette reading. This is the strength of sodium thiosulfate and this is the volume of organic layer we have taken for titration purpose. So we got this reading 0.0036. In the same way, we have to calculate the N2 value for aqueous layer. So here V1 ml we got the reading, that is 7.6. So V2 is equal to 10 ml we have taken. N1, the strength of sodium thiosulfate solution 0.01. So after calculation we will get that value, N2 is equal to 0.0135. So we got both the value. So now we will put this value for in the formula. That is partition coefficient of iodine is equal to concentration of iodine in organic layer upon concentration of iodine in aqueous layer. So just put that value 0.0036 upon 0.0135. So we will get the value 0.27. This is the calculation for set 1. In the same way, this all that procedure you have to perform for set 2 as well as set 3. For set 2 only difference is instead of 25 ml you have to take 15 ml stock solution, and in cases of set 3 you have to take 5 ml stock solution of iodine in CCl4. So after performing in all these 3 set, we have already got that all that value. See that value. In cases of V organic 3.6, in cases of set 2 2.4 and 1.0 for set 3. In the same way, V aqueous we got in 3 cases. After that, N organic is equal to C organic. That value you will get after calculation. So this is the final calculations of partition coefficient, that is K is equal to C organic upon C aqueous. This value upon this value. So you will get this one 0.27. So after that you have to take the log value of C organic. So that means the log value of 0.0036. So you will get the value minus 0.35. And this is log value of C aqueous. So that means 0.23 you will get by taking log of 0.0135. In the same way, in set 2 and set 3 you have to calculate log C organic and log C aqueous. Now why this log value is required? For drawing the graph. For preparations of graph, see that you got minus value. So that's why you have to draw the graph in this way. This is 0 in this way, that is x, this is y axis. So in the left side the minus value is there. So in y axis you have to take log C aqueous, and in x axis you have to take log C organic. So after putting all that three value, you will get a straight line. After that you have to extrapolate this straight line up to this y axis, so you will get the intercept value. And after that you have to join all these 3 points in the maximum possible way, and from that you have to calculate slope value. So we know that formula, y is equal to mx plus or minus c. So this is y, means that is y axis value, m that is slope, x we have to calculate, and c that is intercept value. So if you get slope value and intercept value and y axis value, that means C aqueous, if you know, easily you will be able to calculate what will be the log C organic. So this is the calculation and observation table for this practical for calculations of partition coefficient of iodine in CCl4 and water. So after calculation and after drawing the curve, you have to write the report. The distribution or partition coefficient of iodine in CCl4 is 0.27 for set 1, 0.16 for set 2 and 0.0625 for set 3. And for performing this practical, we have referred these two books, that is Martin Physical Pharmacy and Pharmaceutical Science and Physical Pharmacy textbook by C.V.S. Subramaniam. Thank you all.